Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Spyro the Dragon, Mumkey's super secret, special, awesome, great Let's Play series with new friends every 3 episodes. This is episode 2 of both the series and with Autbelli. Welcome back, Autbelli, how's it going?
It's going pretty good here. Got my coffee, and as I've said to you before,
Before we started recording.
Entire breakfast.
He's had quite the diet today.
We're very low on food. We had moldy bread and wheat thins.
Really?
Yeah, like legit to God moldy bread, and you'd think it'd be better. Like, I don't know. I live with a lot of people. You'd think we'd have more food, but we don't. So
I'm the type of person where even if the food looks good, if it says it's past the expiration date by more than 3 days, I throw it away no matter what.
Oh yeah, I can't especially like fucking milk. The second it reaches that date, even if it's still technically good, the taste changes to me.
It's just like the placebo effect. Like I think that it's bad and therefore I can't eat it.
No, we actually had something like that recently. Our refrigerator was I noticed this too, and I'm the most astute of the family. I noticed this
You're the regular Malcolm in the middle.
I'm the one who actually has the fucking attention to notice that shit's rotting. So
Except for the bread?
That's just because I've been eating nothing. I'll explain it later why I'm out and not eating at home much. I'm trying not to jump topics so much.
But that's fun.
Essentially, our fridge, I started noticing it was warm, and I tried to warm everybody in the family. I was like, hey guys, the fridge is really warm. And they're like, it's fine.
No, really, the fridge is getting hotter than the oven. I think there might be something wrong.
I could roast fucking food in that. No, it was
the roast beef I put in the fridge as leftovers is cooking.
I tasted the milk and it tasted just off, so I spat it out immediately. But everybody in the family actually I don't know how they did this, but they continued to use the kind of off tasting milk. And within 2 days, the milk had half curdled because the fridge just wasn't on. But I was the only one with I guess enough sense to notice that it was not
it's
right.
free cottage cheese, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. It's
Who doesn't want that?
Free cottage cheese. I don't know. I've had those days before. I've had the days where I'm so hungry I just eat an entire spoonful of cream cheese to sate myself.
That came out of the milk jug?
Yeah. So we had to wipe out fucking everything, and I got I didn't get sick, but everybody else got sick for 2 days because they had eaten and drank a bunch of bad shit.
Stuff that was in a 70-degree fridge.
Yeah, it was actually it was just the fridge. We finally put a thermometer in it. It had been sitting at 65 degrees for 4 days.
Oh shit! I was trying to be superfluous, but that's actually kind of close.
Yeah, no, it really is. It doesn't help that I'm in a disgustingly hot and humid state. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly can't wait till I can move back to the mainland, but that's another story for another day.
So because you haven't had much food, what have you eaten today? And it's not like a crazy diet, but I think it's funny because you're gonna be shitting a lot later today.
All we have in the house are fucking Fiber One bars. I don't know why.
So you've had Fiber One bars, fruit, and coffee.
Yeah, I had a cup of fruit, which it wasn't too bad, a little cup of mangoes and pineapples, because, that's the local delicacies. And then I had a cup of coffee and just a Fiber One bar. So I'm kind of just sitting here waiting to see what happens to me. And I know that my younger siblings, because I live in with my family like any good NEET should, and my younger siblings, they've been just shoveling these Fiber One bars because it's all we've had in the house.
Gosh.
So I know that each of them had at least 3 before they left the door, and I don't think they understand what Fiber One does to you.
How old are they?
Little brother is 15, little sister is 12.
Oh, is she single?
Probably. See, here's the thing, I got
this friend King Critic who's been looking for somebody, so that's why I ask. It's not for me.
You see, I've had this, we have this thing, my parents are very, well, my mom, no dad, don't need that, but, mom is very hardworking and normal, and then, out of the siblings, there's, I fit in pretty well, I go out, I get my stuff done, I pay my 2 cents working a wage, but my little brother's a shithead, and my little sister has rat hair and just sits around reading this she draws fan art of this cat series book called The Warriors or something.
God, fuck.
and that's all she does. Like, she just draws fan art of that, and that's her life.
What is rat hair? Like, just like gross mangly hair?
Yeah, she doesn't she actually didn't start brushing it until this year.
Wow, she's really adapted to the Hawaiian lifestyle, huh?
Yeah, nasty fucking hair, and all
Disgusting
you want to do is
people.
talk about animals.
Yep.
No, I will, like, go ahead and say, like, anybody who ever... Hawaii is a place you want to visit. You don't want to live here. It's,
Stay on the resorts.
Stay on the
like
resorts,
Mexico.
yeah. Because the Hawaiians themselves are, like, pretty awful. Like,
Have you ever seen, like, rocket power in real life?
I am Rocket Power.
Is that right?
Yes.
Rocket power was in Hawaii, right?
I think it was in... Was it? It had
I
that
don't
Tito
know.
guy who was Hawaiian, but I think it was,
Yeah,
like, set in
I think that's what I'm
California.
thinking of. I'm probably just thinking of Tito.
Yeah, Tito. Tito was... I've seen... Honestly, Tito's cool, but, like, most of the... okay, so with Hawaiians, the older ones tend to be kind of, like, more nice and friendly. But all the young ones are really mad about the fact that, like, America kind of took over here. So they've got...
What?
Yeah, it's like it's not Black Lives Matters level, but, like, they have this sovereignty thing where they think that their queen should be reinstated, or, like, that the Hawaiian lineage should...
How long has
Americans get
Hawaii
out.
been a state? Like, what, 60 years? 70 years?
So it's at the risk of getting a little bit historical and teachy, because I've had to learn this. Like, I hate this shit because my very first college class here was an English class, and everything had to be about Hawaii. Like, that's almost every class here. They force you to learn about their stupid island, and essentially.
So Pokemon Sun and Moon wasn't too far off with all the boring island history shit.
Yeah,
They did their
they
research.
probably just went over here for like a week and were like, well, that's how it is.
They're all annoying as fuck.
Yeah, that's like, they're really...
Wow,
like,
I'm
honestly,
missing 3 gems. I'm missing 3 fucking gems. God damn it. We're gonna be here all day. Go
find
ahead.
them.
I'm pissed.
So Hawaii is essentially back in the late in the 1700s, English and colonial people started coming over for the sugar farms and sugar plantations, and the Hawaiians were all cool with that. Their kings were like selling the land to them and stuff, like, oh yeah, you can buy this whole island and just grow pineapples, whatever. And
What year was this in? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
like 1700-ish.
Oh, okay.
Late 1700s, early 1800s. That went on for a long time until the point that the plantation owners had children that were technically born in Hawaii and part of the Hawaiian kingdoms. And then after like 100 years, some of those plantation owners' children, who were all subjects of the Kingdom of Hawaii, staged a big coup d'etat and pretty much told the queen to eat shit. And after they forced her, like, they essentially like stormed in there, forced her to sign a big thing saying, yeah, we're the kings now, and then even
Oh, I found the fucking gems. We're free.
lovely. So they went over and they got like 12 nations to sign it saying, yep, we recognize the Republic of Hawaii as its own thing. And then they immediately gave it, like, they sent a message to the US saying, hey, we'd like you to annex us, please. And so the U.S. took Hawaii as a territory, and then in like the 40s or so, or the 60s.
In the 1940s?
Yeah, 40s to 60s, finally, they just made it a state, and the Hawaiians are really mad about it. So they want us to like give it back, but at the same time...
So there are still some people alive there who were there before it was a state.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense why they would be pissed.
But it's all the young ones, honestly, like, because I think the older ones
really?
have seen like how well we've done for them, like the infrastructure, the roads, the water. Like, Hawaii was not going to survive on its own, and thank God we took it before the Japanese did, because Japan's cool now. They've got some sick cartoons, but
Yep. Those Chinese cartoons that they make in Japan.
in the 40s though, Japan was not very sugoi. Japan was in fact very, very mean, and would have probably wiped out the native population.
Now, I don't know if you know much about Spyro. Have you played this game before?
Whenever I was very young, I know that there's a purple
right now,
dinosaur.
I'm on... Yep, purple dinosaur. I'm on probably the scariest level in the game, which is, like, there's these giant dogs who try to tackle you. But the scariest part of it is their sound effect, and I'm playing this without the sound on, and so we don't have to worry about that. So it's not even scary now. I'm just going through it.
You can
It's
just
great.
overlay the dog sound full blast in post-processing. Just blow out everybody's eardrums, make them shit themselves, as I will soon.
Who's that doggo who just died? Like the famous meme one?
Gabe the dog? Yeah, was it
Yeah,
Gabe?
yeah. I'll get like a Gabe sound effect for when these dogs are attacking me. That'll be fun. That'll be worth 20 minutes of editing for no reason.
Now, whenever I was like on the topic of spooky games, I remember whenever I was really young. Well, not really young, but whenever I was like, you know, a kid, I had a Nintendo 64 with Super Mario 64. You ever play that?
I did, yeah.
You remember the haunted house level where like it's just booze and stuff like kind of spooking at you? The one thing that actually scared the shit out of me was that grand piano that starts chomping like teeth at you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first technical jump scare I've had in a game, because you're just walking by and suddenly it just starts pounding around and jumping at you, and you can't kill it.
I was always scared of the chain chomps, too, in that game, because they're really hard to avoid and they're big and scary. Ow!
Yeah, I did, like, it was, I just remember, because, like, I don't remember like, it was very weird for me, because, like, all I had was a Nintendo 64 as a kid, so, like, and I didn't, like, we moved a lot, so I didn't have too many buddies. So a lot of my weekends were just...
Did you need a memory card on the Nintendo 64?
No, thank God. We had a Rumble Pack.
You would have been fucked.
Yeah, that would have been fucking awful. I just, like... I don't know, I had a lot of weird, like, fever dream style memories of staying up way too late playing games that I had always had since, like, I was little. Like, I had that, Sarge's Heroes, the one where you're just little green army men shooting stuff.
Oh, shit. I vaguely remember that, but I remember having that, too, for PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like, it was actually a pretty decent, like, little, it had a multiplayer mode where you could just, like, shoot everybody, and since it was, like, little army men, it was, like,
What the fuck?
fairly, it wasn't too, you know, violent, but, like, at the same time, there was, like, a flamethrower weapon, so you could, like, melt the other army men, I remember. Honestly, what was the first...
Sparks is gone.
What was the first game that, like, what was the first thing in a game that really, like, made you step back and just say, the future is now?
Oh, shit. Well, I've barely played any games that came out after, like, the year 2004.
But I mean, like, even back then.
I was really into Bully, because I'd never played a game... Because, like, that's, like, the first Grand Theft Auto type of game I played, where it's just such an open world that you can go explore, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. I can go around this whole town, I can go around this whole school, I can go to class. Like, this is a ton of shit for a game.
Yeah.
That might be a bad example. I don't
No,
know.
that's
I
a
didn't
pretty
play
good
a
one.
whole
That's
lot of
like,
games.
yeah, because like, I know that my first like time, whenever I was a kid, since I had always had the Nintendo 64. Whenever I finally went to a friend's house and they had a PlayStation 2. This was like before I got my own one, but they had a PlayStation 2, and they had one of the Pirates of the Caribbean like movie games on it, which are just honestly probably pretty shitty because it's a movie game. But I remember
Right.
when at one point he was going up he was going towards a staircase, and the character actually lifted up their leg whenever they got to the staircase, like they weren't just in a stiff walking animation. And I freaked out because I thought that was like I was like, that's lifelike.
It's realistic.
It's realistic. They're stepping on the stairs. This is... Video games can't get better than this.
Yeah, the future is here.
The
You're
future
right.
is now.
There's no place higher we can go.
And now games are all HD, but they're kind of like sucking shit as far as like content goes.
I would not know. I've not played anything new other than Pokemon. Like, the closest thing to a new game that I want to play is Skyrim, because I've heard so much about it. But that's been out for like, what, 8 years?
6.
Yeah.
It's...
So maybe someday I'll play Skyrim.
Honestly, something you
in
could
my own
probably
leisure
run
time.
if you've got time. You should try out either Oblivion or Morrowind. They're both...
Are those the Skyrim series or whatever?
Yeah, they're the 3. They're it's all part of the Elder Scrolls series, and those are 3 and 4. They're a bit older, so their graphics are dated, but they're honestly way more in depth. Like, Skyrim has better combat than them, but they have like better worlds, better quests, better just everything. Honestly, if you need like a good game just to sit down and play on your own for a few hours, try out Morrowind. It's dated, but if you can get around that, you'll have a blast.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about things being dated.
Yeah. Half the games I've actually... Like, what's weird is I got this, like, you know, I finally got my new computer whenever I would turn, like, 16. Which I'm not 16 now. That was quite a few years ago, but, it was,
Now I'm 17.
Yeah, now I'm 16 and a half. Almost legal.
Whoa.
I had gotten to a point where it's like, oh boy, I'm gonna play all these new hot games, top graphics, and then I just kind of discovered a bunch of old games, and those were all I wanted to play, like Age of Empires and fucking just a bunch.
Club Penguin.
Yeah, Club Penguin. No.
Aren't they shutting down Club Penguin? Is that the news?
Is that happening?
I think that's what they said.
I know that, like...
I remember Hypocrite, I don't know if you know him, I think he was upset about it because he loves Club Penguin. He was, like, mad that they're going to delete all the old mini games or something.
Are they, like...
But I don't know.
I don't know, because, like, I know that whenever I was younger, I was...
Shit.
You know, everybody, whenever they're 12, everybody had their RuneScape and their Club Penguin account.
Yeah, I definitely played Club Penguin with my brother.
And I know that there was a few years ago where once Disney procured it and they discovered that half the player base was pedophiles, they put in chat filters.
Is that right?
Yeah, no, have you noticed how most of the servers now on there, because like everybody goes back every once in a while, but there's they have automatic chat things where you can only send pre-approved words. So like you have to piece together your sentences with these autistic things. You can't just be like, where are all the fine ass penguin bitches at? You have to actually, like, you know, piece together your words and stuff, because they realized that pedophiles were just like, hey kid, I'm a little girl penguin, you want to see my saltwater pussy? And
well, one of my favorite subreddits is Banned from Club Penguin, where people show their screen caps of what they did to get banned.
yeah, I think there are some like servers that still allow you to send custom messages, but I do remember it being like a big thing on even like the news and stuff, especially once Disney or Nickelodeon procured it. It was like,
is your child being raped by a penguin? The answer may surprise you.
Is your child on the internet? Probably. Is your child getting fucked? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. My mom actually never got scared with that stuff, honestly, so I've always kept my internet stuff very separate from my family life.
That's probably for the best. I've seen the kind of stuff you're into.
Yes. Mom would not be nearly as proud, but there was one...
Although, if your mom has seen your fucking sister's fan art of some cat show, maybe you're not that bad.
It's possible. It's possible. At the end of the day, I'm the one on here ranting about traps and Japanese cartoons. So, you never know.
Do you have a traps rant that you want to end the episode with? Because I'd love to hear it.
Look, let me just say this. In the modern world, you got girls. They're expensive. It's a soppy hole. You're just paying money for a soppy hole.
You're paying her to leave, really.
Yeah, really. And
that's a quote from Dick Masterson when he was on Dr. Phil.
They're very...
You're paying the woman to leave.
Dick Masterson, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's great.
So they're expensive, you know, they're very needy. They're very needy. Meanwhile, you get a nice trap boy. They're willing to do anal. They love to suck
Trap
dick.
girl, please, it's trap girl.
Trap girl, yes. Pardon my French.
Pardon my English.
They're just great, okay? Because they know what a guy wants. So why waste all that time and money with a girl who doesn't like video games and anime and just really wants your money when you could just, you know, have a fine little young boy who's 2D suck your dick?
I mean, I'm trying to find a hole in your argument, but there really isn't one.
I
mean, maybe people will call you gay, but I mean, liking traps isn't gay.
It's not gay.
It's just a feminine penis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a feminine penis.
If you look at a woman and she looks like a guy and you fuck her, does that make you gay because she looks like a guy? No. Does that make you straight because she's technically... Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is you get a big muscly woman, right? Like She-Hulk. Big fucking muscles.
Like if Manimal had tits.
Yeah, if Manimal had tits. Give Manimal tits and a vagina, you fuck him. Are you gay? If he was born a woman and he has a vagina, but it's Manimal, are you gay?
Shit. Probably yes.
Yes, but
I've had sex with Manimal before, and it was definitely gay.
But if you take a pretty boy who looks like a girl, is that gay? I don't know. I don't know if it there's a double standard.
I don't think the science is in on that yet.
We need to do studies. We need to do studies, polls, surveys. Am I gay? Can I tell my mom I'm gay? Can I claim disability for being gay? This is the world we're living in.
We need to start a Kickstarter so we can fund our scientific research to find out if having sex with a trap
Help
is
me
gay.
find real life traps.
Yep. Are there any traps in Hawaii? I don't know.
No, they're all like fucking... Everybody here just wears like shorts and t-shirts and they all look like beach people.
Do they all wear Hawaiian t-shirts?
Actually, yes. It's disgusting and I hate them.
That's amazing.
Everybody wears Hawaiian shirts. They call them aloha shirts.
Do they really?
Yeah. And meanwhile,
That's
I wear
retarded.
I still wear blue jeans because I'm not willing to change.
All right, I think that wraps up episode 2. And in between episodes, I want you to go ahead and strangle that bird that I keep hearing chirping outside the fucking house.
In post production on my side, I'll go ahead through all this and like mute it down.
Oh no, don't worry, I don't fucking care. I'm keeping all this in too. I don't give a shit. The bird's funny. I just want you to kill it.
I mean, I could always like fuck the bird, I guess.
Then it'll chirp louder.
For a little bit.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.